so we're all good. Okay, so make sure that if you can hear me and see me clearly, press Y in the chat. Until then, I'm just gonna say hi to everybody who's already made it. Elemental S7 SW1214. Happy Autism Day to you too. Well, technically, Autism Awareness Day was pretty much at the beginning of this month, around April 2nd, but we have the whole month to celebrate autism, or really the entire year. And Joshua V, hello, and Nicktoons Logo, hey, and Austin, and MobyFan12, always nice to see you, and Jai, welcome, and Norbert, welcome to you as well, and Fairy Princess Valentine is here, and let's see, she's saying that it's almost May, but she doesn't know what to do for Mother's Day, so she just tried to create some Pride fan art, even though, and she says, even though I still haven't figured out my orientation. If I have one, well, if I were to give a quick tip of Fairy Princess Valentine, probably do some fan art of one of your favorite cartoon moms, and I'm sure it'll turn out to be great. And Kristen Frades is here. Welcome. Nice to see you, pal. And Vincent's here. And Jason, a cartoon fan. Yes, welcome everybody. It's just gonna be a little casual chat. A little casual chill and draw and stream. Celebrate Autism Awareness Month as we almost end off the month. And let's see. So I'm not only going to be drawn, I'm also going to be, have it be kind of open. Talk, since a lot of us here are autistic, and we don't let that necessarily hold us back from achieving whatever we want to do, right? And so I also have some clips of some inspirational figures who have autism spectrum that will be shown in between the stream. Oh, and Ethan's here. Yes, welcome, pal. Okay, so everybody can hear me, and MobyFan is here, and Billy and Mandy in the background. Yep, that's right. Once again, it's another intentional choice of what to play in the background because, as you may know, Maxwell Adams in 2021, I believe, he was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, and he even talked about how with Billy, Mandy, and Grimm themselves, they happen to represent each side of his personality, like him being on the spectrum. You can find it on Tumblr, and I even tweeted it, and to this day, it still gets a good amount of likes. Even just today, people were liking when I mentioned that, hey, Maxwell Adams more or less confirmed that Billy and Mandy and Grimm are on the autism spectrum. And to be honest, I think that's pretty cool. That's the creator of such awesome Cartoon Network shows, to be exact. He has Asperger's, but that doesn't hold him back from being successful. Let's see. Norbert's asking, which character am I going to draw, and our request for a while? Well, technically, I'm not going to be taking like a request, well, except for one that I plan on doing beforehand. And yes, Moby fans point out that Jason was suggesting that, yes, I do draw Marcy from Amphibia for both Autism Awareness Month and also, as Jason's request for the Disney Channel celebration, breaking those, what do you call it? Killing one bird with two stones, or two birds with one stone. I don't know why I'm messing up that metaphor. And yes, that's right, Billy West is also diagnosed with autism. And of course, that does definitely, his autism does not hold him back from being mad talent with his vocal abilities. Probably one of my top 10 favorites. Oh, Starfy, welcome. Don't worry, you're not late. We're pretty much just beginning, just opening up with you guys. So don't worry. And yes, I understand that you have autism as well. And Moby fans mentioned that unfortunately we lost the late great musician Harry Belafonte yesterday, who's best known for his guest appearance on The Muppets Show. Yes, I remember him for that. And his Sesame Street guest appearance as well was very memorable. Rest in peace to Harry. Oh yeah, Very Precious Valentine. Yeah, I did read your comment earlier about how you're gonna do fan art for Pride Month, and I was suggesting that for Mother's Day, basically do fan art of one of your favorite cartoon moms, and I'm sure it'll turn out well. Okay guys, we're gonna be getting things started with the drawing. But before we do, I'm gonna be showing you the first of the clips that I have in mind, and we're gonna start off with a bang. I'm not sure how many of you have heard of this guy, but he is absolutely amazing with his ability in art. I'm not necessarily gonna introduce you to him any further. I'll let him do the honors.
Meet Willard Wigan.
I'm Dr. Willard Wigan, MBE. I make the smallest sculptures in the world. I've made 14 camels in the Eye of a Needle, the Queen's Carriage, and I've made one of the Queen herself, Mount Rushmore, Sunseeker Yacht, Evolution of Man, Marie Antoinette, Little Red Riding Hood, Einstein, and more. I'd be here forever trying to tell you that I've done that many, you know.
It all began with an ant's nest.
I thought the ants are homeless, so I started making them tables and chairs. I started picking up little fragments of splinters and slicing them and constructing and building little houses. I'm autistic, and in school I didn't really care. I call it a learning difference. I just learned different to anybody else. I started experimenting to see how small I could really go.
How do you make something so beautiful?
When I'm working on a microscopic level, I have to work between my heartbeat, because if I don't, the pulse in my finger will cause problems. But the tools are very important because they all vary. There's all different types of tools. The cutting is the most important thing, slicing and twisting and bending and manipulating. I use a little broken shard of diamond, smashed, and it's like a little splinter. It looks like a Stone Age splint, big microscopic. So it's like my pulse is a little jackhammer, chiseling away till I get the shape I want. I normally pluck an eyelash out from the corner of my eye, and then I attach it to a little cocktail stick, and then I paint with it. I work on 5 at a time. If I work on one, it'll drive me mad. I have 2 world records, the smallest sculptures ever made by human hands. No machine, no nanotechnology.
But these micro sculptures don't always go to plan.
I remember once I was making a sculpture of Alice in Wonderland. After I'd made the Mad Hatter and I made the teapot, I made Alice separately, and I was lifting her, put her into the needle, and my mobile phone went off. I went like this, "Who's that?" And I inhaled Alice. It just went. She's in my cavity somewhere. Gone. Yeah. The work that I do, it doesn't belong to me. I like other people seeing it. I like to sit there and watch them. Some people burst into tears when they see my work, you know, and that brings it home to me what I've done. The time that I've put in has been worth it.
So what next for Willard?
And now stacking a needle, yeah, that's a good one. I'm going to do that now.
Alright, so yes, that is Willard Wigan, an awesome British-Jamaican sculptor who, even though he's a giant, he pretty much makes sculptures that could fit inside the... And I don't know, just randomly found out about him while through Google Assistant, and you know, just blew my mind. So I hope you guys thought he was cool too. And before we start, just gonna catch up with some comments. Oh yes, Moby fans mentioned that the voice actress for Maggie's mother in the Buzz of Maggie actually passed away on October 9th of last year. And coincidentally, it was the last show that she did before retiring. That sucks. Well, rest in peace to Susan. And Kristen here was saying, I find Weewo and Randy Meeks relatable to autistic people. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with Randy Meeks, but you know what? You have a good point about Willow and how, with her behavior and eccentricities and how, the, just the standard idea how she's not like your average girl, and therefore the other kids might be weirded out by her. Could be interpreted that she may be on the spectrum. I don't know if Chris Sanders had that in mind when creating her, or if it's something that's sort of like kind of a retroactive thing, like how just recently Maxwell Adams says that Billy and Mandy is autistic. Well, so yes, we're gonna be drawing Marcy, a Disney character who is confirmed to be autistic, sort of. Well, not within the show itself, but Matt Brownlee, the creator of Amphibia, pretty much had the character get diagnosed with being neurodivergent by an actual psychiatrist. You could correct me on any of the details. I'm just summing up on what I remember. But yes, you can see with Marcy, with her behavior and her traits and personality, that she is incredibly obsessive, definitely geeky in her personality. When she enters Amphibia, just writing in her journal, just so excited with all of these creatures, these new characters that she gets to meet, and get herself acquainted with the world, for a while until she gets to reunite with Anne and Salsa too. I know some of you don't have any experience watching Amphibia just yet, so yeah, I'm gonna be doing my absolute best to avoid like major spoilers regarding Marcy and her role. It's just being pretty slow here. There we go. Okay, so Jason is here to clarify. Regarding Marcy, Matt Brownlee didn't create her with having autism in mind, but began supporting the headcanon once he let her be diagnosed by a professional. Yes. Okay, so what I was saying earlier was pretty much correct. So yes, thank you, Jason. Okay, how about some music? Okay, let's see if my music is playing here. There we go. Okay. So yes, out of the three main Amphibia girls, I don't know if either Anne or Marcy's my favorite. I might go with. Yeah, I'll probably go with Marcy as my favorite. She has the more vibrant personality. So with this drawing here, depending on how much time I have, I feel like I'm just mostly going to focus on the sketch, and maybe I could do the inking. Otherwise, don't want to be necessarily too long here. It just depends on how I feel, also how you guys feel. But for sure, I'll have like enough time to basically do a sketch of Marcy here. What episode is playing now? Starfreeze acting. What's Billy episode is playing right now? It's one called Get Out My Head. It's the one where where Grimm teaches Billy how you could basically sink yourself into people's brain and control them. And Grimm is demonstrating right now with Billy's pet cat, Milkshakes. For a hat, if I eat them all, I will get fat. And blah blah blah, I'm a kitty cat. Iconic song. It's one of my favorite episodes of the really early Grim and Evil era of the show. But I notice how like extremely dark the color palette is. Like that's the thing with the first 6 episodes of Grim and Evil. Like the segments of Billy and Mandy and Evil Concardi look like they're cell animated, even though it's always been digitally inked and painted. It's just because of how dark like the contrast and the color palette looks. You know what, I realized I probably should flip the canvas so I can be able to get, most likely going to be drawing Marcy's full body. So I'm just going to rotate the canvas. Here, okay, now I just have to rotate my reference. Let's see. Moby fans accent. Why the music in the Kitty Cat song sounds like a Fairy All Parents song? It's because Guy Moo composed the early segments of Billy and Mandy. Yep, that's right. And I'll admit, it is distracting with how those early Billy and Mandy segments, they sound like Fairy All Parents, or any Butch Hartman show really. So, I like Guy Music's musical score, but it's definitely more fitting and for the better that Drew Newman and Gregory Hind, or Gregory Hindi, I still don't remember how to say his name, were able to take over the composition. Yeah, so have her bulb type be centered. Hey guys, if you're just tuning in, just a reminder that if you're a newcomer, make sure you subscribe for more chill drawing streams like these. And also hit the like button in case you haven't already. It definitely helps the algorithm with recommend my content to newcomers and even already subscribed people who may have missed one of my previous videos. So, Kristen was bringing up some characters who have pretty much been headcanon to be autistic. Feel free to mention some other characters in the chat, like who do you think might be on the autism spectrum? There we go. Gonna be having her, if you don't mind, probably have her arms sticking out, you know, with a, or probably have maybe just her left arm sticking out, and probably have her right arm in the same pose here. if that's cool. Yes, words to live by. You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. Billy really learns that lesson the hard way. Let's see. Moby fans is pointing out that for before composed for Billy and Mandy, Gregory Hindi worked as an animation checker for Warner Bros. And as a camera operator at Film Roman. Yes, I know. Just looking at his IMDb and even listened to an interview with Gregory, he was able to like get his start as an animation checker. He even worked on Baby Bros. So yeah, he worked on two of my absolute favorite underrated cartoons, Evil Concarde and Baby Bros. See, there's a thing I mentioned. I miss here. Oh, okay, so, Elemental's asking, what's my opinion on Kif? I haven't seen an episode of it yet, and I don't know if it'll be another situation in which it won't be on Disney Plus Canada immediately, or most likely have to see it on Prime Video. But looks pretty cute. It's from a pair of South African animators, and it's animated by Titmouse, who've done a number of awesome cartoons. So yeah, I might check out Kif for whenever I have the chance. Although one thing regarding Kif for that, like I found out about, like I don't know much about it other than it's from South African creators. It's animated by Titmouse, but I heard that one of the cast members in it is actually a star previously from Amphibia. And yes, it's actually the voice of Ivy Sundew, Katie Crown. I heard that she's in it. My God, how many times have I mentioned Katie in my streams, like in this year alone? But she's underrated as hell. So more mentions of her, the better. Norbert's saying that, let me see, if I remember correctly in previous stream, the guest mentioned what characters from cartoons they might thought might be autistic. And he says, to be honest, I don't really headcanon that often, if at all. I don't really imagine some characters being autistic, gay, etc., even though I know some people do. Yeah, I know. It's all matter of subjectivity. The fans can theorize basically whatever they want, as long as to a degree it makes sense, and it's nothing too controversial of an interpretation. And yes, you mentioned a previous live stream. Yeah, I think that was the one with Tristan Frades and Zara Wapner. I believe we were talking about characters who we thought might be on the autism spectrum, always in our headcanon. Kristen is saying that Scream is anime, but I picture Randy Meeks as autistic. Oh, okay. So Randy is from Scream. Okay. Thanks for mentioning that, Kristen. I don't know much about Scream other than that, the Ghostface guy. He's the main villain, and he has the same voice actor as Mojo Jojo, Roger L. Jackson. Let's see. Yes, a more fan saying that, speaking of Baby Blues, production of the series is split between Warner Bros. And Rough Draft Studios, the American one, not the overseas studios. Some were done at Warner Bros. While the others were done by Rough Draft. Yeah, a funny thing here, in case they know, like Baby Blues, the anime adaptation, of the comic strip, it was in production for like a few years. It was supposed to debut in 1998 with the Christmas special, but it got delays, and eventually, it pretty much aired its episodes out of production order. And with the 5 episodes that Rough Draft Studios did, they're pretty much ordered basically at the last minute. Basically, from what I interpret with an article on Animation World Network that mentions that Rough Draft got 5 episodes of Baby Blues to work on, while Warner Bros. Animation does pre-production on the 8 other episodes to make up the first season. And I remember on Instagram asking what's his name, Chris Suval. You may I might be saying his name wrong, but you may know who I'm talking about. Chris Suve. He's a director on Futurama, and he also was an animator on Ren and Stimpy, specifically on the Carbuncle cartoon episodes, and was supervisor animator on The Iron Giant as well. He directed one episode, or co-directed it. Rodney Has Two Daddies. I remember asking him about it on Instagram, and he basically said that he virtually has no real memories about it since, remember, at the same time, Rough Draft was working on Futurama, so Baby Blues was just filler in between production of that way more popular, way more beloved show. But at the very least, Chris remembers that Ron Hughart was a cool guy to be to work alongside with being a co-director. Let's see. Oh yes, the WB animated Baby Blues were done by Vanguard Studios, who done Kipper, Angelina Ballerina, Mr. Bean the series, one segment of Animaniacs, and also the Do the Bark Band music video. Yep, and also they took over for Klasky Chupo for doing the last season of Stretch Eric, which to anybody who actually cares about that show, it turned 25 years old recently on 4/20 no less. And hey, April is not only Autism Awareness Month, it's also Stress Awareness Month. So kind of appropriate that a cartoon about this British guy who's always stressed over everything debuted in April for such a period of recognition. Okay, it's just going to fix up her left arm here, just to make it a bit smaller and thinner. See if there's anything else I'm missing. Let's see. Okay, Elemental saying that she's actually a girl, not a boy. Okay, so apologies for if I ever refer to you by the wrong pronouns, Elemental. Yep, the Grim Adventures of Billy Mandy is still playing in the background. So yeah, with Billy and Mandy and Grim being confirmed to be autistic, well, sort of confirmed, I might have mentioned this already, but when he was talking about what he planned to do for the movie that was rejected, but hopefully it will be greenlit. Maxwell Adams was saying that the movie would have been about autism acceptance, or at least a metaphor for it. And honestly, that makes me even more bummed out that the movie won't be seeing the light of day anytime soon. Well, we saw Maxwell, he's doing fine. Like, I hear that recently he's been working on Nickelodeon, which is funny because he originally pitched Billy and Mandy to Nickelodeon, but they rejected it because it was too dark, even though, they gave us, it's the same network that gave us Invader Zim. But now Maxwell is back at Nickelodeon, well, to actually work there. He's a director on The Patrick Star Show. I don't know, say whatever you want about it. From the little I've seen of it, it's okay. Pointless, but not bad. But, it's cool that Maxwell is a director on that show, along with some other Billy and Mandy veterans like Brett Farron. It would be funny if C.H. Greenblatt actually returned to Nickelodeon to return to the SpongeBob universe to work on the Patrick Star Show, or maybe the main SpongeBob show, assuming that Jellystone I'm not sure if Jellystone even is still in production. You know how Warner Bros. Is these days. Okay, so yes, the episode of Billy and Mandy right now is Mortal Dilemma. Basically, Grim is bored while Billy and Mandy go to school, so he's basically trying to find someone to catch with his scythe. But he ends up being a hero instead, with his axe that he tries to, with his axe of Grim Reaping that he tries to do. Audio muted. Okay, so I just heard Nick 2 saying that audio was muted. Oh, let me see here. So just had to do that little camera reboot in case. But still, if you guys could still hear me, let me know in the chat by pressing Y. Okay, so Carter has asked me if I heard of BND TV. Oh yeah, definitely heard of that crazy logo. Absolutely familiar with it, but also I think it's overrated. Like, it kind of comes close compared to the Screen Gems as from Hell, the Viscount of Doom, and Klotsky Chubble Splat. Like, it's the closest that comes close to being legitimately scary. Otherwise, it's melodramatic. Okay. Oh yeah, Norbert asking, where did I hear that Billy and Mandy was pitched to Nickelodeon? From Maxwell Adams himself. He mentioned it on Tumblr. He might have mentioned it elsewhere earlier than, like, say, last year or so, but yeah, he definitely mentioned it in a Tumblr post that he pitched Billy and Mandy to Nickelodeon, but they rejected it, so they brought it to Cartoon Network instead. Which might have been for the better, honestly. To be honest, I don't even know, like, if Billy and Mandy were on Nickelodeon, we might get Evil Concordia as well. But then again, I'm saying that as if it's not uncommon for there to be Nicktoons with more than one Nicktoon from one creator. Oh yes, and I am aware, Moby fan, that when it comes to Stress Eric, the American dub was by what had Hank Azaria from The Simpsons in the role of Eric, and for the longest time I heard about this American dub, but it wouldn't be until 10 years after I first heard about it when I finally get a taste of it, and wondering which Simpsons character he sounds like, and quite appropriately, the American dub of Eric Feeble kind of sounds like Frank Grimes, from the episode Homer's Enemy from season 8, which you either really love or you really hate. Let me know if you're a fan of Homer's Enemy or not. But yeah, Frank Grimes, he's a easily stressed character because, he's basically, what if a normal person were put into the Simpsons universe and have to deal with Homer Simpson's shenanigans? The results are not good. So yeah, and another thing about Stressed Eric's American dub on NBC that I found to be interesting is basically they didn't use the original title sequence, but they used a new one, which is basically just, I don't know, a slideshow that basically tells the retooled backstory for Eric. Apparently, Eric is an American, hence the fact he's voiced by Hank Azaria, and then he marries his wife Liz in Britain, but then they divorce. So basically, they change the premise to Eric, from Eric being a British man to Eric being an American man living in Britain. I don't know if that'll make this so like A better or not. Like overall, as Stressed Eric, I remember disliking it early on, but I'm mixed about it really. But the last time I saw it was about 4 years ago, and it wasn't as bad as I initially thought it was, or that a lot of people make it out to be. Let's see. Reminds me, movie fans mentioned, reminds me that Gray DeWio and Kate Higgins and Carlos Elzraki did voice work for Camp Coral, but not the main SpongeBob show. Yep. Well, except for, aside from Carlos. Yep. Of course, Carlos, he's known for voicing Scooter, the surfer dude Fist. But yeah, I think Kate Higgins, she voices that Narwhal girl, right? And with Gray, yeah, I know, it's awesome how Gray is more active in the SpongeBob universe. She's not only in Camp Coral, but I heard she's in the Patrick Star Show in a recent episode, and she's gonna be in the new Sandy Cheeks movie, which I saw a screenshot of it, and looks like they might be using similar animation style to, a similar CGI style to Sponge on the Run, or Sponge Out Water. Well, only unless the mock-up picture that I saw is actually originally from Sponge Out Water. But yeah, I'm mildly excited for this new Sandy Cheeks movie. Oh yeah, and Wanda Sykes is gonna be in it too. I like her. Okay, just gonna be moving alongside here. And remember guys, if you're enjoying this casual chill stream, to hit the like button and to subscribe if you're a newcomer. Let's see. Yep, Krista is here in full-on friendship. Yep, from Nurgle's first episode. Rest in peace to David Warner, who we lost. I think we lost him last year. Okay. There we go. Okay, just gonna be finishing up here with the sketch. Yep, I just had to take a little moment of silence for David Warner, since I mentioned his passing from last year, just like what Vincent was saying. Okay, let's see what else we have in the chat. Norbert saying that Cree Summer is the voice of Patrick's mom in the Patrick Star Show. Yes, I know. I was so happy to hear that Cree was able to play a role into the SpongeBob universe too. Patrick's mom was definitely one of the better things about the show. It might have to do with my Cree Summer bias, because she's a fantastic voice actress and always puts a smile like whenever I hear her. Like whenever I hear her raspy voice, I might have my doubts, but a part of me still feels like, yep, that was definitely Cree Summer I heard. And there's some voice actors and actresses in which you hear their voice, and then occasionally there might be a situation where, like, is it really them? Is my mind playing games? Is it just somebody who happens to sound like that particular voice actor or actress? But then you just have a brief look at the credits, and you have that confirmation that, yep, it was definitely that person. Like, I actually felt that way when I was watching the Super Mario Bros. Movie the other day, with Cree voicing the owner of this dog in the apartment where Mario and Luigi were doing their plumbing job. Yeah, I was thinking, like, is it really Cree? But yep, the credits confirm that Cree is definitely part of the additional voices in the Mario movie. Norbert's asking, how many characters am I going to be drawing on the stream? Just one. Just gonna be doing Marcy. Again, it's not a request stream, technically. Well, technically it is, but it's not like I'm doing multiple or taking any requests in the chat. Just this one. Oh, wait a minute. I got a little visitor here. Check this baby out. Yep, it's Baby Yoda, or Grogu, his real name in The Mandalorian. As my mom is an absolute fan of this little guy, and also of The Mandalorian in general. Look at him. He's cute, right? I know that there might be some people with the autism spectrum, regardless of their age, they have companions, soft companions like these, who they use as comfort. Sometimes you're not too old to have a lovable stuffed animal. Okay, I'm gonna be bringing him back to the Mandalorian. While I do that, how about we have another quip? Let me see, which one do I have in mind to show? Well, since I am mentioning Disney, I'm gonna show you a quip that's related to Disney. Here we go.
So I go up to his room. I see Owen on the bed, flipping through a Disney book. And I see, sort of over to my left, I see Iago, the puppet. Now Iago is the evil sidekick to the villain Jafar from Aladdin. Now I know Owen loves his puppet.
Jafar! Jafar! Get a grip!
I grab the puppet, I pull it up to my elbow, and I begin to crawl across the rug as quietly as I can. And Owen turns to the puppet like he's bumping into an old friend.
I say to him, Owen, how does it feel, you?
And I said, not good, because I don't have any friends.
Now I'm under the bedspread, and I just bite down hard. You know, I just say to myself, stay in character.
And I said, okay. Owen, when did you and I become such good friends?
And he said, when I watched Aladdin, you made me laugh. And then we talk, Owen and Iago, for a minute and a half. It's the first conversation we've ever had. So.
Okay, so I just brought back Grogu. I hope you enjoyed that little inspirational quip. It's from a documentary film called Wife Animated, which you could be able to watch free here on YouTube, and I'm definitely going to rewatch it. Yes, R.I.P. Gilbert Gottfried. Yes, I absolutely love how the boy, whose name is Owen, by the way, he's a huge Disney fan ever since he was very young, but, you know, he had a hard time wanting to communicate until his dad got a puppet of Iago, and that's how Owen was able to communicate for the first time. And not going to go into too much spoiler territory, but yes, you know, Iago's role in Owen's wife it just gets sweeter as you watch the documentary, which I recommend watch it like soon. I'm definitely going to rewatch it soon. Free on YouTube. Thank God that it is available on YouTube. And Norbert is mentioning that he still has a pillow pet. That's cool. And Vincent saying, can't really stay long, but thanks for representation. I have autism too. Excellent. Yes. A majority of us here are autistic, which is brilliant. And sometimes you don't even have to hear that. Hey, I'm autistic. Like sometimes it's a lot of the times it's subtle, but other times, you know, you get that gut feeling that depending on the personality of how they execute themselves, like what they do, how they execute their personality, their interests, you know, that's when you be able to get that hint that, hey, yes, I am on the spectrum, but, you know, that is not a bad thing at all. Okay. Yep. So Marcy's looking good so far. If you're still in the chat, Jason, let me know how you're liking this so far. You know, after the stream, I'm gonna be like finalizing it. I feel like most likely I'm going to be focusing on the sketch, and then afterwards I'm gonna be clean it up and then color it and so forth. Because to be honest with you, I'm having like just as fun talking with you guys. You know, a nice casual chat stream, and you know, most of us here with autism, we like to embrace our special interests, and in many of us cases, it is animation, and you know, it's to a point where you just get passionate and excited, just go on about talking about that special interest, that it feels gratifying. Sometimes you don't know where to stop, but you know, just have to. It's still a good feeling. Like just talk about what makes you happy. Well, let's see. Elementals mentioned. What about A Kind of Magic? Oh yeah, I heard of that show. It's a French cartoon, I think, from the same studio that did Augie and the Cockroaches, I believe. I haven't seen it, but I know that the mom She gets a lot of fan art that, you know, emphasizes her hips because, of course, the internet would do that. Otherwise, I have not seen an episode of A Kind of Magic yet. Let's see. See if there's anything else that I'm missing here. Starfreeze asks if I know about Space Goofs. Yeah, another cartoon that I heard of but haven't seen. I know that, yeah, that one is also like from the creators of Augie and the Cockroaches, or at least the same studio. I know it's about these aliens who landed on Earth, and it's very Ren and Stimpy influenced. But then again, what do you expect from a gross-out comedy cartoon that debuted in the 90s? But of course, there were some Ren and Stimpy people who worked on it, like Bob Camp, for example, and might be missing some other names. Probably you can help me out, Moby fan, since you're always so encyclopedic. But some other Ren and Stimpy people who worked on Space Goofs. Let's see, Nober's asking, what are you guys' special interests besides animation? His is music, and he also had a special interest in geography when he was a kid. Well, I know, for me, you know, aside from like animation and cartoons, I absolutely love logos. Hence my popularity as the classic logo remake party guy. And just in general, like, I mentioned this before, but you know, even when I was a kid, sometimes the only thing I want to see on a show or movie is the logo. And I also love to write as well. Yeah, you know, like, I remember there was a point where, especially like in between 2014 and 2016, I was especially into writing, like always updating my blogs, like having this urge to, like, whatever nerdy topic is on my mind, or whatever my special interest wants me to write about. But you know, like, writer's block is one hell of a distraction. There are ways to cope with writer's block. You know, probably just taking time and brainstorm whatever good marriage of words that you could create when executing your ideas and write down your opinions. Oh, there you are, Moby fan. I didn't realize that you were gone. Well, yeah, I was basically pretty much asking you, who are some other Ren and Stimpy people, aside from Bob Camp, who worked on Space Goofs, because I'll just try to remember. Might be better if Marcy's arm were to be down, pointing downwards. What do you guys think? And afterwards are gonna be make them bendier, similar to like the Souls Arc style, like having these noodle arms with hardly any real joints. Okay, so Jim Gomez, Kelly Armstrong, Bob Jakes, Chris Savino, and Billy West also worked on Space Goose, and even the overseas studios for Big Star, who did Adult Party Cartoon. Okay, thank you, Moby fan. Oh, what's episodes played in the background now? Oh, it happens to be A Dumb Wish, where Grimm's mom comes to town and she happens to be a genie, and they of course the free wishes are wasted, and the biggest waste happens to be Mandy wishes for everybody in the world to just go away. And consider this was part of the 6th episode of Grim and Evil before it went on a hiatus until like 2002. It's pretty much a metaphor for how like the show itself would go away for a while, and then we get a rare Mandy smile at the end. It doesn't really destroy the natural order like how it would like later on in the show, but it does cause the TV to turn to static. And also pretty much could be said about the Evil Concarne episode. It was sandwiched in between Tiptoe Through the Tulips, which seems to be the most hated episode or most disliked episode of the show, but I don't know, I just found it to be funny for the most part. I understand people's criticisms of it being tedious, but I don't know, I get a kick out of it. Especially with that joke at the end with General Scar saying that while Boskov hibernates, we can watch our older adventure of VHS over and over and over again. I love that scene. Speaking of Evil Concarne, I want to mention, like, with Maxwell Adams saying that the Billy and Mandy trio is pretty much autistic, I wonder which Evil Concarne characters might be on the spectrum. Like, pretty much the easy one that I could say is Major Dr. Gasway, since, she's the scientist. Scientists are passive. It's pretty much the reason why she's working for an evil organization to begin with. She doesn't care about dominating the world. She just wants to execute her love for science, on top of being a simp towards a disembodied brain. So yeah, I kind of headcanon Gasway as being on the spectrum. I don't know, somebody ought to ask Maxwell, but which Evil Concarne characters do you think might be on the spectrum? Okay, so Moby Fan is correct in me saying that Gradwell actually wasn't in the Patrick Star show yet. They checked IMDb. Okay, thanks. Thanks for clarifying. Starface accent. Have I watched Angry Birds Toons? Yes, I have. It's your typical pantomime comedy cartoon, similar to Zig and Sarko and Augie and the Cockroaches. It falls under that category of pantomime comedy cartoons that, they're no Looney Tunes. Specifically, they're no Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, but they're just fine. They're absolutely perfectly adequate. But pretty much unmemorable. Oh, Alba Free Fawcett is here. he says that I've had autism, but the point is, I'm a Warbursters fan. It passed 100 years for this month, and I've also created Girls vs. Aliens, which was inspired by Ben 10 and Powerpuff Girls, my childhood. Yeah, I was able to watch a little bit of it, Outlaw 3000, and I do like how you're able to take these random voice clips from pre-existing cartoons and kind of mix them together to make sort of a brand new, coherent exchange of dialogue to create like a new story. I understand you did it because you currently don't have the budget to make it like a true series with real voice actors, but once again, like not saying so we hold you back into keeping your dreams. Like, you shouldn't have your dreams just be dreams. You can do as much as you can to fulfill it, to have it come true, essentially. Elemental is asking, have you ever heard of Generation O before? Yes, I have. I saw one episode of it. It's the one. Whoa, what's just happened here? Yeah, I have heard of Generation O before, but I only saw like really one episode of it. It's the one where apparently one of Maui's songs is being copied or plagiarized, so there's some like legal action going on. But otherwise, like, I might heard of it first on Child magazine. It was mentioned among the shows that were airing during that period of when that issue came out. But otherwise, like, I don't know much about it. I know it's about a girl whose name is Molly O, and her name is spelled with an exclamation point. And she's a rock singer, and her band includes some blonde girls, some guy with dreadlocks, and a kangaroo. Yeah, that's pretty much the extent of my knowledge of that show, and it was produced, one of the last shows to be done by Sunbow Entertainment. But I will say one thing about the character designs. The character designs are pretty weird, like almost as told by Ginger levels are weird. But because like the main character of Molly herself, like, she looks like her head is triangular, like, she looks like a fish person. You know how people criticize Big Mouth, the characters on that show looking like fish? Like, I pretty much said the same thing about Generation O with its character designs. Okay, let me save this. There we go. Just give me a moment here. Just a group. Probably just categorize it with the other Disney Channel doodles. Yeah, it's Marcy. Yeah, that's what I'm titling it. Yeah, so once again, I'm thinking that because I don't want this to go on for too long, we're already an hour and 6 minutes into this. I'm just gonna be focusing on the sketch of this, and afterwards I'm gonna be creating it up, coloring it, and posting it as soon as I can before Autism Awareness Month ends. So again, Jason, don't know if you're still here. But I hope you appreciate what I did so far. So yeah, I'm gonna be saving Marcy for later. Okay, so for the rest of the stream, it's just gonna be catching up with you guys, just talking. I'll probably go until like an hour and a half in total for a stream. So yes, but before we do, I want to show you another another amazing person who happens to be on the autism spectrum who's doing some really great things.
Hi, I am Deanie Bowman. I have autism and verbal apraxia, which means it's difficult for me to put my words together. Growing up was a really hard time for me. I experienced a lot of bullying due to my disability, but I did not let that stop me. I didn't speak until age 6, and many people who knew me when I was a child would be surprised to see me here today. As a child, my only friends were animated cartoon characters. Eventually, I turned my love of animation into a business. Fast forward to age 14, my dream of opening an animation studio came true with lots of hard work and dedication. Over the next 11 years, I toured the country teaching animation at summer camps, gave presentations at autism conferences, met and worked with famous people, won many awards, forged entertainment industry partnerships, opened a UK branch, and earned my MBA and BFA, all while producing excellent commercial work with my students. Today, I am the founder and chief creative officer of Deanie Bowman, an 11-year-old award-winning animation studio and the first of its kind founded and led by a minority woman with a disability. Deanie Bowman provides animation classes, commercial productions, and transitional services for students with autism and other related disabilities ages 10 to 22. Hi, I am Deanie.
Okay, so right there you just saw Deanie Bowman, who I first found out about on the Netflix show Love on the Spectrum, and from what I heard that she is an autistic animator and one who is doing some awesome things for herself as an animation creator while on the spectrum. I'm like, yes, I absolutely love this woman. Yes, I absolutely love like what she's doing with teaching and inspiring other people on the autism spectrum to execute your love for animation however you can. Okay, so now like I mentioned, I'm gonna be finishing up Marcy's off stream, but just gonna be catching up with some comments here until probably about 8:45 the latest on my end. Okay, so Moby fan, in the Teletoon stream, when you mentioned Kaput and Zowski having a similar art style to Fly Tales, that's because they're made by the creator, Lewis. Yeah, that's something I found out about basically double checking after doing that stream. I knew there was something familiar. Okay, anything else that I'm missing? Let's see. Oh yeah, the Cramp Twins was the last show that Sunbow did that before they shut down. Yeah, but Generation O is still one of the last things that they did. The Cramp Twins is the last thing that they did. Yeah, I haven't seen the Cramp Twins. Maybe I vaguely remember it existed on White TV, but never fully remember it. Let's see. Okay, so Nobo's saying that actually if there is a character from a show that I can imagine being autistic, it will be Nicholas Martin from McGee and Me. He loves drawing and tinkering and inventing Rube Goldberg machines. Plus, those could be his special interests. Plus, the premise of the show is that his cartoon OC comes to life and talks to him as its imaginary friend. Yeah, I still haven't seen that show yet, but when you mentioned about his love for drawing, yeah, I definitely, if there's one episode I definitely want to check out, it is the one you recommended to me, which is Back to the Drawing Board. I believe that's what it's called. But yeah, I'll check that out, that episode out whenever I can. Okay, back to Moby Fan 12. saying that in the Billy and Mandy episode, Tickle Me Mandy, the fake Mandy sounds a bit similar to Whoa Whoa Wild, Whoopsie, Tootie from Fairy Odd Parents, Sari, Terry, and Willie Wild, which are all kind of alike. Yep, that's the power of Grey the Wild for you. And, even in the Evil Concarde pilot, I remember when Gatsby was pretty much trying to get Boss Golf to do his, his circus trick. She was making all these baby noises to the point where she instantly starts sounding exactly like Willie Wild. Obviously, that would be like 15 years before the Wild House came out, but, still Grey the Wild being also. And yes, I do know that the Kraft Twins has Tom Kenny in the cast. Oh, but Kath Soucy's there too. I did realize that they voiced the title characters, even though the rest of the cast is Vancouver talent and Canada. Yep. I'll admit I didn't know that full detail, but yeah, I was kind of aware that the Kraft Twins has some Canadian blood in it, so I thought, well, I'm surprised that Tom Kenny is actually in it. Outlaw 3000 is asking if I'm going to do the Disney Channel live stream requests next Saturday. Most likely, yes. It depends on my schedule, really. But I do hope to do it this weekend. So yeah, Norbert's confirming that episode of McGee and Me is called Back to the Drawing Board, and that really thinks that, I will like that episode, and wonder if I will find it relatable since it's about Nick becoming jealous of another artist at school. Oh, from with that summary, I don't know, I pretty much could just say that, what are the words I should look for here? Like, it's pretty common, especially like when you are trying to make a name for yourself, when you're trying to have yourself be in a role in whatever field you want to be. It's not mandatory to like compare yourself to other people like that much. Like, as long as you make sure that you are good enough, like pretty much good enough to which yes, you're good enough in a way that you love yourself, and that eventually you'll see that other people love you for the way you are too. So yes, you don't have to worry so much about being as great as the next guy or the next girl or the next guy or the next girl. But so as long as you are proud of yourself and what you could do, and have that part of your mind that there's never a deadline to worry than how to get better at anything. And don't worry about what other people, too much about what other people think or how other people are like compared to you. Just do your own thing. Continue to like get better. Norbert mentioned, wouldn't it be cool if a cartoon that had an equal mix of primarily Canadian and primarily American voice actors? Like Rob Paulson, Grey the Wild, Robert Tickwer, and Julie Lebeau all voiced in the same cartoon. Yeah, I know, that is interesting. Of course, we kind of already... Oh yeah, you do say an equal mix, but yeah, that is definitely a thought to wonder about. Oh yes, Moby fans saying that, fun fact, Ren and Stimpy storyboard artist Steven DeStefano worked on the Billy and Mandy episode Anger Mismanagement. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that fact. I know, of course, Ren and Stimpy crew members worked on both Billy and Mandy and Evil Concarde. For example, Bob Kemp did some of the really early episodes of Evil Concarde, like Emotional Scar, Devolver Part 2, and both parts of Tiptoe Through Tulips. And Vincent Waller storyboarded Hector King of Britons. And the late great Chris Riccardi, he did the episode Substitute Teacher or Substitute Creature, or you know, the one where Nurgle Jr. Pretty much impersonates Miss Barbie, their teacher. Let's see. Oh, okay, so Norbert's clarified. Norbert's saying that the moral of Back to the Drawing Board is not about being jealous of others, and spoiler, Nick ends up more than that at the end. Okay. Yeah, I'm still have to check that out whenever I can. And don't worry, Starfield, eventually I will do Let's Play videos. Maybe I'll start off with something small. And movie fans saying that, funnily enough, Rob Tickler still lives in Canada. He actually did voice work for the early seasons of American Dad. Yeah, I heard about that. I know he has like agents in both Toronto and LA representing him. Although that means that he records in Canada while the rest is in Hollywood. Yep, good old Hollywood, right behind me here. Oh, and Daniel's here. Yes, and he has Asperger's too. Yep, like I said, like most of us here are autistic, and nothing to be ashamed of. And yes, rest in peace, Chris Riccardi, gone too soon. He was like one of the best Ren and Stimpy artists and animators, and storyboard artists for sure. Oh, and directors, yes. Okay, everybody, it's getting a little bit late, but I want to thank you for all of this nerdy casual discussions that we've been having, all the while sketching Marcy. So yeah, stay tuned for the next stream, which will be part 2 of the Disney Channel 2 Disney Drawing Request stream. Again, I'm not necessarily going to be taking new requests, just going to be catching up with those in the community tab. So yes, and oh yes, Moby fans mentioned, even if John K sucks, he did express condolences to Riccardi. That's nice. Yes, see you Alba 3000. And yes, everybody, have a great rest of your week and great night, depending on when night is. Okay, so we're gonna be closing off with another quip, actually, and it is regarding someone who Norbert actually mentioned in the chat. And technically, it's a quip that I showed before, but what the heck? It is I'm gonna be showing another quip with a familiar face who happens to giving us familiar voices. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. And overall, until then, happy Autism Awareness Month, everybody, and take care of yourselves. You're all awesome in your own ways.
Mr. Rob Paulson!
I don't think there's anything that is more joyful than doing stuff like this. And the great thing about what we're all working on today with cartoons and animation is that, as Kathy said, it is utterly about joy. All right, here we go. You ready?
For me, it's a piece of cake.
I see what you did there. That's a funny comedy joke.
I got more rack.
Oh, good. Okay, fire away.
My name is Pete. I am Pete the clerk.
Wow. Well, I love your voice. May I take you up to the penthouse for the holiday party, Pete the clerk?
Sorry, I can't just yet. I have to check on all the exotic animals.
Well, that's something I didn't expect.
I can tell you honestly, for sure, that nobody who makes their living in the entertainment business started out doing it to make a lot of money. The reason we all, just like you guys, the reason we all love to perform, sing, dance, draw, is because we can't not do it. It's something that just brings us so much joy. It makes our souls happy. I cannot wait